Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Have I got an interesting video for you? I do, kind of. Also, kind of seems like this was to be expected, doesn't it? Metacritic are basically wiping the slate clean on their format, right? Now, this all comes in the wake of The Last of Us Part 2. Any user reviews, you're not able to leave a user review before the game comes out. Now, this is two-pronged, because a lot of people will say, well, yeah, that's fine, makes perfect sense. I agree. But they were actually adjusting the user reviews as the game had already been released. So you have to, one has to question, what's the reasoning behind it? And obviously, Sony have been very weird with The Last of Us. They had like some weird censorship in other games. Like, you couldn't see some anime side boob and anime butt, but you can see a full-blown CGI recreation of someone being bent over in The Last of Us Part 2. Like, why? What's going on? What's the reasoning? Bit strange. And as well, what I really dislike about this is the fact that, because a lot of people, like I say, a lot of people will go, well, leaving user reviews before the game comes out is dumb. I can see some sense to that argument, but then I can also see sense to the argument that people are more than entitled to give their opinion of something, and if you are reviewing it based on story, based on a company's handling of things, I think that review is more than justifiable. Why not? The problem is that you're starting to silence people that are just voicing an opinion. Whether they are trolls or not, it literally doesn't matter. But you're seeing companies essentially silencing people with an opinion. And what's the next step? So they're removing it, prior to releases, right? But what's the next step if the negativity continues? Are they going to do what the likes of Rotten Tomatoes did, where they started to quite literally remove reviews unless you bought tickets through them? Right, because they're part of Fandango and things like that, and you had to buy cinema tickets through them. Is that what's going to happen here with Metacritic? You're starting to lose credibility, is my point. When you start to silence people, you have to question what's the motive, because there's always a reason. Are there anything underhand going on? And I would oh, my dog's got behind me. Hello, Jasper. He's joining in as well. There's always a reason behind people doing these things. And I seriously question Metacritic's reasoning behind doing this. And also, what's next? So let's get into this. This article is linked down below in the description box. So check it out if you want. Also, side note, my film, the GoFundMe, is linked down below as well. You've got 6 days to enter the competition and 6 days to fund an independent film. I am writer and director. So following a number of poor user reviews, especially when Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2 first released, review score aggregator Metacritic has instituted a site-wide range. Oh my god. Seriously, sort your... Guys, whoever wrote this article, please correct your spelling. Basically, they're changing everything, right? They're changing the format, they're changing the score system. So that's what they did, and now this change now prevents user reviews from being submitted or accepted prior to a piece of media's given release date. And the problem, like I say, the problem is that I think people are entitled to give an opinion. I think they're allowed to give an opinion, and all this does is stifle people's ability to give opinions out, and that's a real shame. I just think, it's a silence of free speech, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, people can go, oh, well, I agree or disagree with this review, or, I feel the same sentiment and stuff like this. I don't see what the harm is. As a result of this new attempt to discourage false reviews, users visiting the Metacritic page for a given piece of upcoming media will now find that the typical user score box has been replaced with a button counting down the amount of time until release, preventing the user from publishing any review without having first experienced the product. Now, will they then, and again, remember, because I can see some sense to it, But what's next? Are they then going to, ladies and gents, I'm a bit blurry, so I'm just trying to sort the light out. Are they then going to basically say, hey guys, hey, we know that this game is insinuated to basically have an output level of, 30 hours gameplay, right? We've been told it's going to take 30 hours. Are they then going to say, no users can leave reviews until those 30 hours are up? Is that what we're going to get? Is that what we're going to get? Because again, this is a slippery slope. And people always like to say, well, the slippery slope argument is completely false and things like this. But it's not, though, is it? Like, it's genuinely not. It works. We see it all the bloody time. And I just think that this will inevitably lead to other forms of censorship. And that's what it is. It is a form of censorship. This new system was personally tested by banning it to comic staff who found that this change was present on numerous Metacritic pages for various examples of upcoming media, including Marvel's Black Widow. That's fine, Black Widow film and debut season of Showtime's Love Fraud. So like I say, again, I'm not saying, it's fine in terms of, in that regard. I just think ultimately at the end of the day, it's just shady. You always question why, why are people willing to just be so quick to silence stuff? And also, I would seriously question why people accept censorship in this way. What's wrong with leaving an opinion? Regardless of whether the games come out, what's wrong with leaving an opinion, ladies and gents? I don't see the problem. What's the issue? If people are so fickle that, that's going to sway them, well, they'd be swayed by anything. So what's the issue? And again, you can see it here, user score, no score yet, etc., etc. And I really do think that they will literally just go to the fact that, well, we've been told that this game takes 50 hours to complete, therefore you can't actually release a user score for X, Y, and Z days. And then what's only going to be there? What is only going to be there? Paid for reviews or incentivized reviews from mainstream media. Upon navigating to the user reviews page for a video game, television show, or film, the Metacritic system for albums does not currently provide pages for upcoming releases. Users will be met with a message stating that it is not possible to submit a review prior to this game's official release, season's premiere. No specific message is provided for film entries. Then there you go, that's it. Not only do they appear to be preventing reviews prior to release, but PlayStation Lifestyle reports they are preventing user reviews even after the game has been released, encouraging people to play the game. I thought so. So PlayStation Lifestyle shared, I thought this would be the case, shared a screenshot of Metacritic's Superluminal page, which is a message encouraging users to please spend some time playing the game. It adds, come back to review it, starting at 12 PM PST on July 9th. I fucking knew this would happen. Superluminal released on July 7th. I knew this would happen. As of writing, this new system appears to have been stealth implemented, as Metacritic has not yet formally announced these changes. This move by Metacritic comes a year after fellow review aggregate Rotten Tomatoes announced significant changes to their platform in the wake of the release of Captain Marvel. Super lame. It is censorship. Super lame. Those changes included a verified score and removed the percentage of individuals who indicated whether or not they were interested in seeing a film or not. It's solely to stop people from sharing their opinion. This interest score previously showed up where the user score was before the film came out, and that interest indicator is now just a lump sum that shows up underneath the film's poster, as you can see below. There you go. So it doesn't tell you whether people want to see it or not want to see it. Look, it's just a form of censorship. There's no other two ways about it. It's literally just a form of censorship. I think it's lame. Slippery slope argument works here. They've done it, and now they're also saying that you can't review it until you've given the game a chance. What? Just stop these. Oh God, these websites, man. These websites. You're not the arbiter of speech. People will share their opinion wherever. The problem is Metacritic just loses credibility at this point now. As all it does is it damages Metacritic's credibility by doing this. Nothing else, literally nothing else. There's no other major damage from this. Just makes Metacritic look super, super dumb. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thanks so much. Take care.